center. Number 40, 6'2", senior Skip Young, averaging 9.4. And in the backcourt, starting the way they did last points per ball game. Defense, and as I said, just kind of continue where they left off last night.
Absolutely. The offense always starts out with good defense for the Kernels.
Mike Miller to jump center, 6'8" against Chris Gubrud at 6'10". Rick Dromer will put the ball up, and we are underway. Ball goes into the backcourt. Severide gives chase and gets there and saves it. Kernels will come up on offense. As we said, we're going to see a lot of zone here by Huron, and that's the way they're going to start it out. A 2-1-2 type look on the zone with a big guy, 6'10", Gubrud, right in the middle. Severide right side to Mike Miller. Back to Sev out top. Need to be patient, find an opening in that zone, and then attack it that way. Tom Young flashes across, can't get him the ball. Ackman on the left-hand wing. Back out to Severide. Again, Ackman goes down to the baseline with it, but no room to come across as Wheeldryer cuts him out. Severide again, now to Miller. Here's the three on the way. Count it. Mike Miller opens it up with a three, and that's what you like to see against that zone. If you can hit some outside shots, going to be in good shape. Here's the defense. Ball knocked away, but it's going to go out of bounds in the backcourt. Kernels come right at him with a full court pressure. Almost had the steal, but it's off Mike Miller's hands and out of bounds. Now they'll throw it in again, and here's the steal. Severide takes it to the hole for two. Quick turnover against Huron, against Mitchell's pressure. Just like that, it's a 5-0 lead for the Kernels. Now they get it into the hands of Tony Anderson. He'll bring it up on Severide. Comes across the center jump circle. Reverses the dribble over to the right-hand wing. Now he'll give the ball off to Paulson, right on the three-point line. To the free throw line, Jacobson thought about the shot, pulled it back in. Tony Anderson drives the side of the lane. Whistle, foul called there as Anderson leaned in for the shot. They're going to call the foul against Huron, and I believe it'll be against the big guy. Yeah, they're going to call him for an illegal pick there. They said he was moving down the side of the lane as Anderson was coming in, so Chris Gubrud is going to pick up the foul. 5-0 Kernels. Mitchell with the ball. Here's Ackman, left side. Bounce pass in the middle to Tom Young. Puts it up, won't stay off the back of the rim. Good pass by Ackman, and Young just put it up a touch too hard. Rebound Huron, and they bring it up. Paulson against Ackman. Paulson on the dribble out front. Picks it up, looking inside. Can't find anybody. Still looking. Now goes on his left-hand wing. Tony Anderson right on the three-point line. Deeper in the corner, Lee Jacobson, the big 6'6" forward. Inside, Gubrud turns around but misses the shot. Miller on the rebound, 3-on-2. Pulls up free throw line jumper. No good off the right side, and Huron will cover up underneath Eric Wheeldryer. Kernels with a good 3-on-2 break down the floor. Couldn't cash in, but still lead 5-0 with 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter at the Corn Palace. Wheeldryer out front on the dribble. Check that. It's Paulson on the dribble. Takes it right side. Now dumps it into the corner. Jacobson with it there. One dribble. Looking in for the shot. Instead goes into Gubrud. Back to the basket. Return pass to Jacobson. And stolen away. Ackman steps right in front and knocks the ball away. He'll push the ball up the floor. Goes to Severide on the left-hand side. Third turnover against Huron. Back out to Ackman now out front. And again, Huron into that 2-1-2 zone. Miller and Ackman play a little catch. Looking for an opening inside. Now Ackman backing out, yelling out some instructions. Goes left wing to Severide. Exchanges places with Miller. Ackman for three from the right wing won't go. Rebound comes down and controlled by Huron. Tony Anderson out near the free throw line has it. So still 5-0 Kernels. Anderson brings it up, goes right side, has the ball tipped away out of bounds by Severide right in front of the Kernel bench. Ball will belong to the Tigers there. Mitchell 2 of 5 shooting. Huron has had only one shot at the basket, and we have played almost 3 minutes, and they've turned it over 3 times. Paulson to the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper is up. No good off the right side. Tom Young clears it out of there to Severide. Severide down the middle. Had a notion to try and give Ackman a lead pass, but Saad wasn't quite there, so held it up. Ackman out with it on the right-hand wing to Skinny Miller out front and over to Severide left side. Drives inside of the lane. Leaves it behind him. Ackman again to Miller. Miller drives to the free throw line. He'll take the jumper. Comes up short. Rebound out to Derek Paulson. Paulson will bring it into the front court himself. All the way to the free throw line. Stops there. Now dumps it back out front. Tony Anderson at the point. Anderson over to the right side on the wing. Into the corner, back to Paulson. Now into Gubrud. Fades away with a turnaround. Good. Nice touch by Chris Gubrud. And Huron is on the board. It's a 5-2 game. Showed a good soft touch there for 6'10". And Terry Roeder says he can shoot the ball, but needs to just learn to play a little bit more physical on the inside. Out front, Ackman with a basketball. Huron has gotten now into a 3-2 or kind of a 1-2-2 setup, a little different type of a zone look. Still the zone, and they've got 3 or 4 different looks on that zone. Kernels getting adjusted. Young down to the right corner, comes out front. Severide from the free throw line. No good off the right side. They scramble forward in the corner. Miller saves it. Nice job. Gets it back out to Ackman. Now underneath, here's Tom Young. Up, good, and foul. Good pass from out front from Ackman. And Tom Young took it right to the hole. He will head to the free throw line and a chance to turn this into a 3-point play. And looks like we're going to get our first time out of the ball. The first quarter, Mitchell 7, Huron 2. Back in a minute.
Hi.
2 of 2 from the line here early in the season through 5 games as Tom puts it up and nails it. So 8-2, and right away the Kernels will go over to the full court pressure, but this is not the zone press. They're going to just go man-to-man, and Tony Anderson will bring it up against Severide, and into the front court he comes, right at the center jump circle. Anderson still with it on the dribble. Now right side, new player into the lineup. This is 6'4" sophomore Jared Anderson, number 53 on the floor. Ball knocked loose momentarily from Jacobson, but picked back up. Anderson with it right side, goes to the baseline, slides a pass underneath. Paulson underneath, scores. Oh, that was a nice shot. I thought he was too far under the basket to get one off. He was being pinched against the baseline, but kind of leaned back and got it up and in. Nice shot by Derek Paulson, the 9th grader. He is an excellent player. 6'3", got good size. The foul against Ackman, his first. Paulson's free throw, good. So it's 8-5. Huron right back within 3 points. 3:10 to play here in the first quarter. Ackman will bring it up, and now Huron going into a 1-3-1 zone. So this is the 3rd different look on the zone we've seen. Ackman to Severide into the right corner. Miller pass into the lane. Ackman cutting to the basket, scores. That is a nice cut by Ackman and a good feed by Mike Miller. It's the way to attack that zone. Ackman was playing the point. He just came right down the middle of the lane. And Miller fed him a perfect pass from the corner. 10-5 Kernels. Anderson again bringing it up on Severide, man-to-man. Takes it on the right side on the dribble now. Leaves it in the corner. Jacobson, and he traveled. Lee Jacobson, the 6'6" forward, wanted to make a move to the basket, but he took that step before he put the ball on the floor.
That was one of the problems for Huron. 4 turnovers right now. Still in the ball game. Mitchell missing those 5 shots after hitting the first 2. Only down by 5, the Tigers.
2.5 to go in the quarter. Mitchell with the ball. Severide had it tipped away, but a nice save by Tom Young in the corner as the ball was going out of bounds. Severide lost his balance there, and the ball got away. Now left-hand corner, Miller. Back out to Ackman in 3-point range. Penetrates inside the zone to Miller. He's got a 15-footer. Good, left side. Mike Miller with 5 points. 12-5 the Kernels, maintaining their lead. Paulson will bring it up against Ackman now into the front court. Gubrud, the 6'10 junior, getting ready to check back in for Huron at the next whistle. Mitchell has not made any changes as yet. Miller knocks the ball away out front, steals it away. He's got one man to beat. Gives it to Skip Young for the lay-in, and it won't go down. And Huron clears the rebound out. Lee Jacobson coming back the other way. 3-on-3. Gives it up to Paulson on his left side. Now in the lane, here's a turnaround jumper way off the mark, put up by Larson. Put it up too hard. And the Kernels on the rebound. Severide comes right back with it, gives it to Ackman, and Mitchell will slow the pace down. Now, Mike Miller almost had himself a breakaway. We saw him jam one last night against Lennox, but Huron got a guy back, and that prevented that, and then just couldn't get the layup to go down on the pass to Skip Young. Here's Ackman. He'll try the 3 from straight on. Won't go. Rebound in the lane. Tom Young has it. He'll clear it back out front to Ackman. Start the offense over again. Severide penetrates left side of the lane, and they grab him on the arm as he goes down the side of the lane. Will not be a shooting foul, but a good job by Severide to attack the zone defense. Mitchell's ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. Here's Gubrud now coming back in for a Huron, and also into the lineup now Kevin Sargent, 5'11 senior for the first time tonight. 1:10 remaining in the first quarter. Kernels lead 12-5. They throw it in out front to Tom Young. Now to Miller, 3 from the right corner over the top of the rim. No good. Rebound right into the hands of Lee Jacobson. And Huron gives it to Paulson. He'll bring it up into the front court. Paulson to the free throw line. Drives inside the lane. Puts the shot up. No good, but a whistle. Foul there. Derek Paulson with a nice move to the basket. It might be against Ackman again. Would be his second. It is. Foul number 2 on Jason Ackman. And that gives you some idea. We know Steve how Ackman can play pretty good defense, but Paulson, the ninth grader, put a couple of pretty good moves on him there.
Yeah, that's tough to see Ackman go to the bench here toward the end of the first quarter. And Terry Roeder had a lot of respect for him in the pregame interview.
Well, Ackman goes to the bench. Coming in will be Chad Porter. Huron gets the ball inside, but Paulson can't get a little one to go from the side of the lane. And Mitchell on the rebound. Mike Miller clears it out. 44 seconds to go in the quarter. Still 12-5. Out front, Severide to Porter. Chad, who's been sick for the last couple of days with that flu, but says he's feeling much better tonight. Way better than he did last night. Played sparingly in the game against Lennox. Starting a drive, Tom Young knocked off balance, but fades away and still gets it up and in. Well, Tom Young had 8 points last night. He's got 5 already, and that is a pleasant sight if he can get his shooting touch down. That's just another offensive weapon the Kernels have. 11 seconds to go in the quarter. Paulson at the free throw line. Pass into the right corner. Anderson with 6. 5. Now here's Jacobson. Side of the lane. Puts it up, and it rolls in. And the buzzer's going to sound before the Kernels can get off a shot. It's a 7-point Mitchell lead.
We got the real thing now, and it's time to play. Got an ice cold Coke and a burning heart. Always.
Steve.
Well, the Kernels shooting 43%. They're 6 of 14. Huron also did 5 turnovers, though, for the Tigers. Mitchell did not commit one in the first quarter.
Yeah, Kernels playing pretty good D, and here we go. Huron with a basketball to start quarter number 2. Tony Anderson, right-hand side. Porter on him, goes to the free throw line. Anderson all the way to the baseline, fades away from 12, can't get it to go. And on the rebound, we've got a foul over the back. Somebody here for the Tigers might be Jacobson. Yeah, that's who it's going to be. Number 43, Lee Jacobson, will pick up his first foul. Went over the back of Skip Young. So the Kernels have still made just the only one change there. Ackman, when he picked up his second foul, went out. Porter in. Otherwise, the starters still in the lineup. Porter to Severide, left side. Huron, no change, still in the zone. Right now, they're back to that 2-1-2 look on the zone. Porter to the free throw line. Tried to get it into Skip Young, but it's tipped away and out of bounds. Lee Jacobson stuck a hand in there. Jacobson and Gubrud on the front line, and then they've got Paulson along with Tony Anderson and Sargent on the floor. Inbounds pass. Here's Severide for a 3. Won't go from the corner, and on the bounce, Gubrud picks up the rebound. Huron down by 7, looking to cut into it. Their second opportunity here of the second quarter. Anderson, right side to Sargent, into Gubrud, turnaround, good. Again, a nice touch on a little turnaround fadeaway jumper. And the 6'10 junior's got 4 points. It's 14-9. Severide up top to Porter, right-hand wing. Tom Young. Now they reverse it back around. Severide on the left side, keeping the ball moving. Off to Porter at the free throw line, and they knock it away. Stolen away by Anderson. Kernels' first turnover. Anderson right side, bounce pass goes inside of the lane to Jacobson, and that one's knocked away. Severide turned around, got a hand on it, helped out Tom Young defensively. Here come the Kernels. Porter, bounce pass underneath. Skip Young has some position, and he'll score. Good feed by Porter along the left baseline. The bounce pass into Skip Young. Skip's first basket. Kernels lead is back to 7 at 16-9. Paulson up top with it to Anderson on his right-hand side. Now out front, Jacobson for a 3. This one's off the back of the iron, no good. Miller goes up high to get the rebound for the Kernels. He'll give it a Severide. Kyle coming right down the middle of the floor. Sets it up here. And looks like the same 2-1-2 set right now. Off to Porter, back to Severide, and a Tom Young. Whoop, and it went behind Tom Young. And out of bounds at side court. Kernels turned it over for the second time in the ball game. Severide had started to penetrate. He got about as far as the free throw line, then tried to kick it back out on the wing, and he just threw it a little bit behind Tom Young that time. So Huron will inbound back courts. Still down by 7. The margin the Kernels led at the end of the quarter. Out front with it, Sargent with the basketball. Now to Paulson, left corner. He's going to put up the jumper, going to come up short. Skip Young on the rebound, and they get him across the arm as he comes down with the basketball. It might be Jacobson again. It is foul number 2 on Jacobson. So we've got a player on either side with a pair. Ackman for Mitchell, Jacobson for Huron. Back in the lineup, the sophomore, 6'4", Jared Larson comes in for Huron. They've also got Link Danforth in the lineup, number 23, 5'10", junior. He's playing at a guard spot out front with Sargent. Kernels bring it up. Severide up top to Porter. They play a little catch back and forth. Severide on the left-hand wing with it. Now again, Porter up top to the free throw line. Back to Severide in traffic, but he gets the pass into Tom Young. Couldn't get it to go down. Nice pass. Young had a lean to get it. Couldn't. Now on the other end, Mike Miller with a nice defensive play to knock it right out of the hands of Danforth as he was heading in for a layup down the lane.
Yeah, Miller came out of nowhere. Danforth got a nice long pass from Paulson down the floor, but Miller came out of nowhere to block that away.
Huron will throw it in from underneath their own bucket. They get it into Danforth in the left-hand corner. Looking for some help. Now Paulson comes out to get it there. Starts a drive on Severide. Leans in with a shot, and he got it to go, and a whistle as well. It'll count. And Paulson will go to the free throw line. Well, Derek Paulson's been very effective taking the ball to the hole. And he goes in there strong when he does. Foul is on Severide. His first of the ball game. Third team foul against Mitchell. The free throw by Paulson won't go. And the rebound out of bounds, it's still going to belong to Huron. Kernels just couldn't find the handle on it. It was batted around a little bit. And went out of bounds under the Tiger basket. So it's a 5-point game, and Huron will get it back. Comes into the corner. Kevin Sargent with it. Looking in for Gubrud, can't get him the ball. Now the ball is tipped away by Tom Young. Sargent goes to the floor and picks it back up. Good hustle there. Almost a steal by Young. Left-hand wing, Larson, the sophomore, and now a pass thrown away in the lane. Sargent thought he saw a man there, but threw it right into the hands of Severide in the middle of the lane. Huron turns it over for the 7th time. Severide, right side, Miller. Starts to move into the side of the lane, being double-teamed. Back out to Tom Young for the jumper. Good. About a 15-footer from the right baseline for Tom Young. He leads the scoring with 7 points for Mitchell. It's 18-11, just about halfway through quarter number 2. Paulson up top, penetrates to the free throw line, spins, goes up with a shot. Another foul going to be called. Miller went up and blocked the shot, but I think it's going to be Severide who will get it here again. He was trying to come alongside Paulson. It is, so Severide picks up his second. So we've had Ackman pick up 2 trying to guard Paulson, and now Severide with 2. Derek Paulson with 5 points will step to the line. As we said, he averages 15 points a game. Shot up and good. And now for the Kernels, here comes Dusty Robinholtz into the lineup for the first time tonight, the 6-foot senior. And Severide will go out. Get a break here midway through the second quarter. Paulson's second one on the way. That one's also good. 18-13. We kind of stayed right in this mode here. It's been between a 4- and 7-point lead for the Kernels since midway through the first quarter. Here's Mike Miller penetrating and putting up the jumper. Good. From the side of the lane, came up the right baseline and just leaned in from about 8-9 feet away and got it. 7 for Miller. Back comes Paulson on the dribble up the middle. Kicks it out in the left-hand corner. Wheel dryer. Tries to go inside the lane. Skip Young reaches the hand and knocks the ball away. Turnover number 8 against the Tigers. Here's Porter up top. And his pass sailed out of bounds on the right-hand side. He was looking for Tom Young, and Young was making a move toward the basket. And sailed behind him and out of bounds.
That's the 4th turnover by the Kernels, all right here in the second quarter.
A couple of them what you'd call the unforced errors there. Paulson bringing it up on Robinholtz, who's got him as an assignment now. 3:30 to go before the end of the first half. Pretty fast-moving ball game. Ball tries to go inside, or I should say they try to get it inside the Gubrud, and that one's going to be knocked away by the Kernels. Mike Miller reaching a hand in. Mitchell comes back up the floor. Robinholtz up top to Porter. Back to Dusty. Left-hand corner, Miller spins, fires the jumper, good again. Well, Mike Miller had a great shooting touch last night in 3 quarters. Basically scored 19 points. He's got 9 right now, and the Kernels have their biggest lead, 22-13. Crowd really hasn't had a chance to get into the game. We got a big crowd, but been kind of quiet. Here's a shot from out front by Danforth. That one won't go down, and Tom Young on the rebound. Kernels have just slowly built that lead. Now Porter driving in the lane. Shovels it up and it won't stay. Off the back of the rim. Rebound, Jared Larson has it. He'll give it back to Derek Paulson. Into the front courts. Left side, Danforth. Now over to the right-hand wing. Larson, the 6'4" sophomore. Goes to the baseline. Skip Young cuts him off. Back to Danforth. Now out front, Paulson. Free throw line. He's got an open look, and he hits it. Derek Paulson with 9 points. 22-15 the score. Other thing about this game is when you got a team playing zone, you just don't get into that fast pace. It just kind of keeps the pace slowed down. You've got to be patient, attack that zone, and Mitchell's done a good job of it. Miller, left baseline, another 15-footer. This one's going to come up short, though, and the rebound, wheel dryer is there. And then Mike Miller kind of reached in as he went by him and got a piece of the arm. Kind of one of those where you went by and said, I think I might have had a shot to knock that ball away, and then you wish you didn't do it after the fact. Miller will pick up his first foul. Kernels going to make a change here. Skip Young is going to come out of the lineup. And Nick Scott will see his first action of the night, the 6'6 senior. And also Ernie Kuiper coming in now for the Kernels. So Kuiper, Robin Olt, Scott, Tom Young, and Mike Miller on the floor. 1:45 to go in the first half. Tony Anderson back in for Huron. Gets it off on the left side to Gubrud. His 10-footer too strong, and Nick Scott on the rebound. Now Kuiper, long lead to Miller. He'll drive, he'll score. Paulson got back, but he didn't want to go up and challenge Mike Miller that time. Just let him lay it in. 11 for Miller, and it's back to a 9-point Colonel lead. Here's Anderson to the free throw line. Now goes up in the air, and he drew the foul. He'll go to the line for a couple. Tony Anderson spinning as he got inside the free throw line to put it up. So we'll have a couple of free throws here for Huron. They are 3 out of 4 from the line. Mitchell has had only 1 free throw attempt. And as I said, this is a very fast-moving first half. We've had just the 1 timeout, very few fouls. Nobody's in the bonus yet. Tony Anderson at the free throw line. 6-foot senior, number 15. And puts it up and in. Averaging right at 7 points per ball game. Makes it 24-16. Second one on the way, and in and out this time, and Nick Scott on the rebound for the Kernels. So an 8-point lead with 1:18 to go in the first half. Mitchell has never led by double figures, but a chance right here. Robin Holtz tries to get a pass in the lane, and Paulson steps in front and knocks it away. 5th turnover against the Kernels. Paulson will bring it back across the timeline to the free throw line, spins, puts up the jumper, no good off the left side. Kind of forced that one a little bit, an off-balance shot. Tom Young on the rebound. Kernels get it back. Kuiper will run it out front with 52 seconds. Here's Miller for 3. Good. Right side. Well, inside, outside, Mike Miller can hurt you from anywhere. He's got 14 points now here in the first half. And the Kernels have that double-figure lead, 27-16. 35 seconds on the clock. Paulson working the right-hand side out in three-point land. Now comes to the point, and there's a 5-second call. As Paulson was just kind of going side to side, not advancing the ball. And Huron turns it over for the 10th time. And now Mitchell may go for the last shot here, as Gary Munson yelling out instructions. And Kuiper will just take his time bringing it up. It should be pretty easy to hold for a last shot because Huron's just going to sit in that zone. They won't come out after you man-to-man. Kuiper and Robin Old playing a little catch. 13 seconds to go. Robin Old almost has it taken away. Now they go to the floor after it. We're going to get a jump ball. It'll still belong to Mitchell as Kuiper and Paulson dive at it right in the center jump circle. Good defense by Derek Paulson. Almost stole it away from Robin Old out front that time. And now the Kernels are going to bring Jason Ackman back in here for the last 8.8 seconds. Robin Old will go out. They get it in at half courts. Right side, Miller way away from the basket. 5-4 in the lane. Scott, turn around good with 2 seconds. Huron throws it in, and the final 8 seconds. Nick Scott gets the turnaround jumper to go. And as we go to the locker room, we go. Huron to throw the ball in bounds to start the second half. Kernels lead by the 13-point margin. They'll go with their original starters. Paulson with the ball out front. Gets it to Gubrud at the high post free throw line. Back out to Paulson down in the left-hand corner. Ackman will start here for the Kernels. Kernels going with Ackman, Tom Young, Severide, Mike Miller, and Nick Scott to start this third quarter. Left side of the lane, Jacobson. Little turnaround, wouldn't go. Ball knocked out of bounds, and off of Huron. It'll be Mitchell's basketball. Huron with Gubrud, Jacobson, Eric Wheeldryer, Tony Anderson, and Derek Paulson, their original starting lineup. Jason Ackman will set up out front for the Kernels. Huron, see what kind of zone they're in here. Looks like that 2-1-2 set up again. Ackman goes left side, and the ball is picked off on the sideline by Paulson. He's going to feed Anderson, trying to drive in, slips a pass underneath. Shot by Jacobson won't go. They try and tip the rebound in, won't go. Gubrud, again, going to put it up. That's no good, and finally Ackman will come out there with a rebound. 3 good opportunities for Huron. Could not get the ball to go after the steal by Paulson. Kernels on the attack. They go into Scott. Pass to Ackman's side of the lane. Deeper down into Tom Young. Has nowhere to go with it, so he brings it back out into the corner. And we'll set it up to Severide. Kernels again got keep the patience here that they had in the first half. Severide's going to look at a three now from out front. No good off the left side. It comes right to Ackman, and he puts it in. The ball was tipped around. Came right to Jason Ackman at the right side of the basket for two. He's got 4 points tonight. Mitchell goes to the press. Jacobson to Anderson. They get it into the front court. Wheeldryer with it. Now to Derek Paulson in the left corner. Thought about the three. Changes his mind. Goes inside, and Mike Miller steps in front and steals the ball away. Miller pass to Ackman. He'll drive, and it wouldn't go, but Miller tips it in. That's a nice tip in by Mike Miller, just hanging in the air there as that ball came off. Now the full court pressure again, but Huron wants to call a timeout as they get the ball inbound. 3-16. We'll be right back in a minute.
Whether you like it hot or cold, you're going to love Dairy Queen and
leading now 33-16. They'll throw it in the backcourt, and Paulson will bring it up against Severide into the front court. Works out at the point, gives it up on his right-hand side to Tony Anderson. Anderson goes to the baseline, gets Ackman up in the air, now feeds it to Gubrud, and he hits a little 5-6-foot jumper. Pretty good play by Anderson. I thought he was going to take the shot himself. Got his man in the air, but nice pass off to Gubrud. Here's Severide, right-hand side, out in three-point range. He and Ackman play a little catch out fronts. Huron, of course, still in the zone. They've been in the zone throughout the ball game. They kind of switched them up. 2-1-2, and then kind of a 1-2-2 look, then a 1-3-1, but it's all been zone. Here's Miller for three, right corner. Swish again. Mike Miller's third three-pointer of the night. 19 points for him now, equaling his output of last night's. And we get a long way to go yet. And it's 36-18. The Kernels are threatening to put this one away early. And here's Miller getting around Gubrud, knocking another pass away. Ackman comes down the floor to Scott, and as he goes in, a traveling call. Ooh. Well, looked like Scott got hammered, but they call the travel apparently before the contact. And as you can tell, the crowd didn't appreciate that call too much. No, it'll be Huron's ball in the backcourt. New man in here for Huron, that is Ben Reek into the lineup, a 6-foot junior, number 31, for the first time tonight. Paulson will leave it left side, Anderson on the wing. Now to Reek at the free throw line, nowhere to go. Tom Young right on top of him. Back out to Anderson out front. Penetrates to the free throw line, gives it to Reek. He's got an open shot, a 12-footer, but no good from the side, and then the ball out of bounds. And last touch by Lee Jacobson underneath.
Well, the first 3.5 minutes here and the last 2 minutes of the second quarter have not been good for Huron. They were down by 7, and now just really out of the game right now, out of the flow.
Yeah, you just feel that Mitchell is really in control. Here's Miller from 15 feet. This one put up way too hard from the right-hand corner. And Huron comes down with it, and then an excuse-me foul on the Kernels as Tony Anderson had it. Tom Young was running behind him, and all of a sudden Anderson put on the brakes. And Tom Young just couldn't stop in time, so Tom will pick up his first. 36-18, Kernels with 4:22 to go in the third quarter. And as I said, we got a nice crowd, but it's just kind of been kind of quiet here tonight. Not a lot of chance for the crowd to really explode. Now we got a foul against the Kernels again as Paulson was on the dribble in the right corner. And maybe on Young again. Yeah, so a quick second one against Tom Young. And it'll be Huron's ball underneath their own basket. 2 team fouls on the Kernels, none so far on Huron here in this third quarter. Paulson inbounds out to Jacobson, right-hand side. He'll leave it for Anderson in the corner. Now we got something away from the ball. They're going to call this one on Gubrud as he and Nick Scott were doing a little shoving underneath the basket. So that'll be the second foul on Gubrud. And the first team foul on Huron here in the quarter. So the Kernels come right back up the floor with it. They've outscored Huron by a margin of 7-2 here to start things out. Here's Miller left side of the lane. Nice move to get inside on Gubrud. Spun right around him, and 21 points for Mike Miller. 38-18. Paulson back for the Tigers. Right side, Jacobson on the wing. Scott comes out to guard him. Now again to Paulson at the point, looking inside the lane for Gubrud. Can't get it to him. Paulson gives it to Gubrud now out in the left-hand corner, and Miller picks his pocket again. Mike Miller just too quick for Gubrud. Here's Tom Young. He's going to drive, and he'll score down the middle of the lane. Miller got the ball away to Tom Young, and he put on a nice burst of speed and went right to the basket. 9 for Tom Young. And it's 40-18. Whistle, timeout, Huron. Away early. We'll be right back in 1 minute.
If you're shopping...
Score to give you on a college game tonight at halftime. Black Hills State leads Sioux Falls University 36-32 at the half. Huron with the basketball. Tony Anderson has it stolen away by Ackman. 3-on-2 break. Lead to Severide. He'll take it all the way and score. Kyle Severide's second basket of the ball game. And Mitchell is just controlling all aspects here right now with a 42-18 spread. Paulson up top to Jacobson right side. Goes around Nick Scott. Miller rejects it. And we could have almost had that one up here in the booth about another 5 feet higher. Mike Miller came flying across the lane and spanked that baby out of bounds, but foul is going to be called before that, and it'll be on Nick Scott, his second foul. No shots. It came on the drive. Huron will throw it in from underneath their own basket. Comes into Reek in the corner, trying to go up the baseline, and now steps out of bounds with a basketball. Good defense by Tom Young.
Now that is 8 Huron turnovers here in the third quarter.
And they have scored only 2 points. And we're down to 2:35 to go in the quarter. Severide out front to Ackman. Now right-hand corner Miller. He's going to take another three. Good again. That is number 4 in the three-point department. 24 points for Mike Miller. 45-18 is your score. Paulson in the lane. Miller again rejects it, but Severide's going to get the foul before that. Derek Paulson again taking Severide into the middle of the lane. One of those lean-in shots. So Severide will pick up his third. Huron will get shots on this one. Paulson's going to go to the line, and Mitchell will bring in Ernie Kuiper off the bench. Severide will go out with that third foul.
3 points. The Kernels are shooting 7 of 10 in the third quarter. They were 52% at the half, and that continues to climb. You mentioned Huron with just 2 points. They're 1 of 5 from the floor.
Paulson's free throw good. Well, it's easy to shoot 7 of 10, too, and I think 3 of those have been layups on the transition game as Mitchell has gotten out and pushed the ball here in this third quarter. Paulson's second free throw won't go down. Kernels come up the floor with it as we approach 2 minutes to go in the third. Kuiper, left-hand side, into the corner. Miller thought about the three again, now leans in at the side of the lane with a jumper, no good. Ball tipped around loose. Tom Young hustles over into the corner to pick it up. Young's had a nice game again tonight. Last night and tonight he's really starting to come into his own. Maybe just feel a little more comfortable out there. Mike Miller right side and Nick Scott. He'll turn around with a fadeaway and it rolls in. Scott with his second basket of the night. 47-19 with 1:35 on the clock. Tony Anderson. Dribble out front. Ackman on him. Bounce pass into the corner. Wheel dryer. Starts a drive in. Can't go. Now to Paulson, and Kuiper knocks it away. Good steal by Ernie Kuiper. Lead pass to Ackman, a beauty. Couldn't get it to go, but we've got a foul called. Oh, that was a great pass by Ernie Kuiper. Good hustle by Ernie as he stole the ball away in the corner. Almost had his legs taken right out from underneath him at half court and was falling out of bounds and threw a perfect pass on the run to Ackman in the middle of the floor, and Jason Ackman will end up going to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, the Kernels got no points off of that, but it was a heck of a pass by Kuiper. Gary Munson off the bench pointing at him and clapping for him as well.
Now, that is a good effort there. Ackman's free throw, up and good. Jason coming into the ball game, 9 of 12, so now that makes him 10 of 13. Second one up and also right on the mark. Mitchell's only had 3 free throw opportunities tonight. They've made all 3 of them. 49-19 with 1:12 to go in the quarter. Now out front, we're going to get a blocking foul on Ackman as he was running right alongside Tony Anderson. Ackman will pick up his third of the game. And Chad Porter's going to come into the ball game. He will check in for Ackman. Ackman not a big scoring night, but again playing the good, solid defense. 6 points for him. And the Kernels have done just exactly what they've did last night. Good team basketball. Everybody who stepped on the floor has contributed something. And that's the way you want to make it happen. Out front, Paulson leaves it off there for Reek. Now further out on the floor, Anderson with a basketball. He's going to launch the three. Won't go. Miller on the rebound. 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Huron has been held to just 3 points here in the third quarter, while Mitchell has scored 20 points. Pass inside. Porter tried to get it to Scott, but it's tipped away and out of bounds. It'll still be Mitchell's ball underneath with 41 ticks on the clock. It was a 13-point game at halftime, but boy, it is really turned one-sided here in the third. Miller, another three, right corner, and he just doesn't get the roll. Came off the rim twice. Now the rebound loose. They scramble after it. Paulson on the floor, looking to get it away. Can't. Now we're finally going to get a jump ball called, and it's going to be Mitchell basketball. Well, that ball was on the floor for about 6-7 seconds. Nobody could gain possession. But finally, it's a jump ball, and the Kernels will have it, and now 27 seconds to go in the quarter as they'll throw it in from underneath. Porter will be the trigger man here in the out-of-bounds play. Has the ball, looking in the middle, can't find anybody. Now lobs it in the Miller on the side. His pass out front to Kuiper, tipped, but Ernie goes back to pick it up. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Mitchell will hold now to take the last shot with a huge 49-19 lead. We're down to 13, 12. Porter back to Kuiper. 10, 9. Porter tries to put it up. Ball blocked away out front. Kuiper gets it back. Here's Mike Miller's three-pointer. No good, but he's fouled way out there. I believe they're going to say a three. It looked from here like it was a three, but we'll make sure as Rick Bromer makes the call here. Miller is going to go to the line with 2.9 seconds to go. His shot came up short. He will indeed shoot 3 free throws. The foul is called on Jared Larson, his second. So 3 free throws here for Mike Miller on the night. He has not had one yet. He puts this one up and good.
That happened against Lennox last night, and he sank all 3 shots.
Miller with the first one down, second one also good. That makes him now 26 out of 37 from the line. And what is that, about 69, 70%, something right in there. The third one, and it also falls. Gets all 3 to go. He's got 27 points. Huron to throw it in here with 3 seconds. Miller tips it away. He's got a 3 at the buzzer. Oh, just up short. Well, would that have been a way to finish it off? 52 of 23 to 3 in that quarter. We'll come back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute. 3 for the Kernels. Quite a quarter, 23 to 3 margin as Huron throws it in. We're going to update a score as soon as we get a chance here in just a little bit. Huron with the basketball. Left-hand side, they've got Kevin Sargent back in. He gets it out to Tony Anderson. Now we've got a holding foul there on the dribble against the Kernels. Porter will pick it up. Kernels are getting a little bit of help here tonight, the way it looks. If this holds up, they're still only midway through the third. But Brandon Valley is leading Aberdeen 52 to 43. That game in Brandon midway through the third quarter. So that would be a nice help for the Kernels. Lob pass inside and way over the top of Gubrud as Larson tried to throw it in. Ernie Kuiper comes up with a loose ball. That's turnover number 21 on the night for the Huron Tigers. Out front, Porter. Skip Young back in the lineup, right side. Down into Scott it goes. Fakes once, twice, and we've got a whistle and a foul. And that should send Nick Scott to the line if they say he was on his way up. I'm not sure they are. Nope, they're going to say it occurred before he started to go up to the basket. So Mitchell's ball underneath. Foul called on Gubrud, his third of the game. Kernels throw it in from underneath. Out front, they reverse it right to left. Kuiper with it. And off to Tom Young. Now back to Porter up top. Looks like last night Kernels are going to be able to use a lot of players here in the fourth quarter. Mike Miller on the bench. You never know. We may have seen the last of Mike Miller for the night tonight. We'll see how it goes. Kuiper off to Porter. Drives inside. Gives it to Tom Young. 12-footer. In and out from the left-hand side. Rebound controlled by Huron. Good save there by Jared Larson. Here comes Tony Anderson. And out front, Kuiper knocks the ball away. It's a fast break opportunity. Kuiper to Porter, and he'll lay it in. That was a heads-up play again by Ernie Kuiper. And he has made a couple 3 very, very nice plays. They had about a 3-on, or maybe 4-on-2 break the way it turned out coming down the floor, and Kuiper knocked it away and stole it out at the free throw line. There's a bump out front, and they're going to call Porter for the foul as Tony Anderson was on the dribble. And that is going to be enough to put one free throw to his credit here tonight. Shot is up and won't go. Scott on the rebound. Quick outlet pass. Kuiper up the left-hand side. Now holds on, waits for everybody to catch up. Back out to Porter and over to Tom Young on the right-hand wing. Just about 2 minutes gone here into the fourth quarter. Pass down low goes to Scott, making a move on Gubrud. Puts up the shot and in. Nice little turnaround for Nick Scott. He's got 6 points. Now, as we said, we may have seen the last of Mike Miller. We may have seen the last of Jason Ackman. Kernels going to have an opportunity to play everybody here tonight in this fourth quarter as they lead at 56-19. Out front, traveling is going to be the call on Huron, so they'll turn it over again. Ben Reek called for the travel. Here comes Dusty Robinold in, and Tom Young will go out, and he'll get a nice round of applause. Good game for Tom tonight. The shotgun gets 9 points tonight, and he's had the shotgun working the last couple of nights. Update a couple other scores while I have a chance here as well. Well, one other one anyway. The game we're looking at beside that Aberdeen-Brandon game, Pierre leading Watertown. That's just about midway through the third, 33-27. So the Governor's up by 6. Here's Porter for a 3. Good from the right side. Chad Porter's second basket. That makes it 59-19 with 5.5 minutes to go. Huron still has scored only 3 points in the second half. And another turnover. Kuiper knocked it away. Skip Young picked it up, and now his pass is stolen away by Anderson, and Skip Young is going to foul him. That'll send Tony Anderson back to the free throw line.
Well, not only Mitchell getting a little help in that Brandon Valley Aberdeen game tonight, but perhaps overtaking that number 1 AA ranking when things are said and done with here this weekend.
It's a possibility. There's 2 different ways to look at that. You'd like, Watertown hasn't been beat, so you'd like to see that. But on the other hand, you know, if Pierre would fall to Watertown, that'd be their second loss, and it would help us out as far as the district is concerned. So we'll just see how that one goes down the line. Tony Anderson makes his first free throw. He'll get the bonus. That was the 8th team foul on the Kernels. Second one is up and also good. And now a substitution back in the lineup here will come Ben Reek, number 31. For Huron, and Anderson will go out. Just over 5 minutes to go. And this one is well decided here with a 59-21 score. Right-hand corner, Porter with the basketball. Comes out front, gives it out to Young. Pass down low into Scott. Wanted to work on Gubrud, couldn't, and now we got a shoe on the floor and an official's timeout, and that is Nick Scott's shoe. I think Gubrud might have stepped on the back of his foot as he was trying to make a move to the basket, and as long as the Kernels had possession, the official's going to give Nick a chance to put the shoe back on here. And now we'll throw the ball in from underneath the basket.
He's not wearing the same brand of shoe as the rest of the guys.
Uh-oh. You noticed that right off the bat.
Yeah.
Huh? But maybe they couldn't find one big enough or something. Kuiper will inbound to Skip Young. Kuiper and Porter out front. Robinold, Skip Young, and Nick Scott on the front line here for Mitchell. Working around the outside. And Huron is playing some man-to-man defense, which Coach Terry Roeder said they wouldn't do, but he's gotten to it here in this fourth quarter a little bit. Ball knocked out of bounds in the corner. Kuiper will throw it back in. Well, it's funny, isn't it? Everybody was saying, whoa, 2 games ago, what's wrong with the Kernels? They're not playing well that Watertown game, and everybody thought they had big trouble. And here we are now after that game last night and the one tonight. People are saying this is a pretty good-looking basketball team, as we knew it would be. Foul in the corner away from the ball, and that's going to be Nick Scott holding on to Gubrud. And he'll go to the free throw line. But as I said last night, Steve, I think the thing people forget is before last night, we were 4 games into the season. Even though we're in the middle of January, it just wasn't been a regular year. I mean, this team, they give them some time to learn to play to each other, find the right combinations, and I think they have done that now.
Yeah, that's true, and even though they've played well the last 2 games here, I think one of the good tests to see where they stand is going to be Monday night when they go
absolutely.
up to
Absolutely. But the thing you like is that we're deep on the bench now. Everybody's contributing.
Yeah.
It isn't we're riding Mike Miller's shoulders or
right.
Jason Ackman's shoulders. Everybody is contributing. Gubrud's free throw went down. Second one did not go. Kernels come up with it. Kuiper to Porter out front. Just over 4 minutes to go in the basketball game. Now here's Scott down low. They double team on him, tries to get a pass off to Skip Young, and they knock that ball away. Jared Larson comes up with a loose ball. Just the 9th turnover against the Kernels on the night. Kevin Sargent up top to Danforth in the lane. Gubrud with the jumper that goes. 9 points on the night now for Chris Gubrud. Paulson still leads their scoring with 10, but Paulson has not been in the lineup for a long time, and Coach Gary Munson is going to bring in a whole new set of players to 24, and we will come back in 1 minute.
The extreme Northland winter demands that your truck perform at the highest level. The new Triton V8 overhead cam engines, or the most powerful standard V6 engines in its class. And the 97...
Back to the action here at the Palace. We get all kinds of new players and a quick little turnover, but let's tell you who's on the floor. Tony Young, Travis Merkwan, Tom Cogley, J.J. Kippis, and Jordan Pitts. The 5 new players out there for the Kernels. So Mike Miller's going to finish the high man with 27 points, and he's the only one in double figures tonight for the Kernels. Tom Young would be next in line with a total of 9, but everybody, as we said, has kind of chipped in some points. Foul at the Huron end of the floor, and going to the free throw line for the Tigers will be Kevin Bain, a new guy who just came in, 6'3" junior. His free throw no good. He'll have another one coming. One other updated score, and figure this one out. I don't know. Brookings is taking care of Yankton. They're up by 12 points, 44-32. Late in the third quarter of that one. And Brookings has not won a game in the conference as yet. Bain missing both free throws. Here's Merkwan to the free throw line. Right side now, Kippis. We approach 3 minutes to go. Pitts from the free throw line will hit the jumper. Jordan Pitts with his first baskets of the evening. 61-24 your score. Well, when you look at it, it's hard to believe that Huron has still only scored 8 points in the entire second half. Turnaround side of the lane won't go by Jared Larson. They scramble for the rebound, still loose on the floor. And now they dive into a pile. We're going to get a jump ball called, and it's going to be Mitchell's ball. The possession arrow pointing toward their end. Well, again, Huron plays tomorrow. They got a long trip out to Rapid City to play Rapid City Central tomorrow night. Mitchell off until Monday night when we will go to Pier to take on the Governors. Marquand up front to Kippis on his right-hand side. Gives it back up to Pitts. Here's a lob underneath for Cogley, but he can't handle it. Ball was a little bit off to the side, and Jared Larson there to pick off the lob pass. So Huron comes back with it. Sargent out front. Left side, Ben Reek. Not a Larson. His pass sails through the hands of one of the players out front. They go after it, and Pitts is going to win the race into the front court. Pitts underneath. Cogley's got position. Fouled as he goes up for a shot. Tom Cogley will go to the line, the 6'3" sophomore. With 2:12 to go in the basketball game. Well, we'll be watching those scores from those other games and hopefully get you an update. The thing is, we're running so far ahead of everybody that we may not have the finals by the time we leave the air here. Of course, this one will not have many timeouts as we go down the stretch here, so we're going to finish very early. Comparison to the other games, Cogley's free throw up and good. Second one is short. Rebound to Pitts, and he puts it up and in. Jordan Pitts with a couple of quick baskets with his 4 points. And now Pitts knocks the ball away on a pass into the front court, but out of bounds at side court. So Huron will have it right back again. Looks like their leading scorer on the night will be Derek Paulson with 10. Gubrud will finish with 9. From the side of the lane, shot up, whistle again as Ben Reek put up the shot. And a foul going to be called there. This one will send Reek to the line, the 6-foot junior. And we'll see who I think maybe Kippis got the foul, but we'll wait here for sure. Yep, that's right. J.J. picking up his first foul. Now we're going to get Ernie Kuiper coming back into the ball game for the Kernels. And Tom Cogley is going to go out. So not a very big lineup on the floor for the Kernels, but a minute 57 is all we've got left. Reek will put the free throw up, and good. That is his first point of the night. And the second one also will go down. 64-26, and that now is 10 points here in the second half for the Tigers. The Kernels have scored 35 in the second half. Out front, Kippis loses control. Here comes Reek. He's got an open layup, and he'll put it down. So Ben Reek with 4 points right in a row there. A couple of free throws and the breakaway basket to make it 64-28. Kernels will go to 5-1 on the year, 3-1 in the conference here tonight. Merkwon on the drive, can't get it to stay for him as he shoveled it up there underhanded. Rebound to Jared Larson of Huron. He'll bring it into the front court. Lobs a pass into the lane, and that one is spanked away by the Kernels. Long pass for Jordan Pitts. Can he catch up? Nope, can't hold it. Ball goes out of bounds. And will belong to the Tigers with 1:10 to go in the basketball game. 14-7 at the end of the first quarter. Still a game at halftime. Mitchell led 29-16. Then she was all over. By the end of the third, Mitchell led 52-19 at the end of the third period. Reek out front, starting a drive, kicks it out in the corner. Here's a jumper up, good for three. Scoring is Kevin Bain from three-point range. That'll make it 64-31. Kuiper into the front court with 40 seconds on the clock to Merkwon on his right side. Now out front, here's Tony Young, and he's got the jumper. Tony Young's first basket. 66-31. 27 seconds to go. Here's another three. This one won't go. That one put up that time by Danforth. Kernels come away. Long pass. Tony Young is open. He shovels it to Pitts, and Pitts is going to be fouled. Well, Tony Young unselfish there because he could have easily had the layup, but gave it up to Pitts. And Jordan will go to the line here to shoot a couple of free throws as the fans are making their way out at the Corn Palace with 18 seconds to play.
Well, you talked about the Kernels bench tonight. It's not often any team is going to get about 4 or 5 minutes to play all the bench players and let them go at it and not just try to kill the clock off. And it's a great experience for the Kernels here tonight.
You bet. Well, this is the second night in a row that we've seen the starters not have to play at all in the fourth quarter. And that tells you how well Mitchell's playing. Pitts knocks both free throws down. That's a quick 6 points for Jordan Pitts. Huron comes up with 12 seconds to go. Larson side of the lane foul with 10 seconds to go. Well, this will maybe let us, some of the other games get a little further along, so at least we'll get some scores toward the end here before we're done tonight. As soon as we break afterwards, Steve Morgan will have an update on the Aberdeen game and the Watertown game for us and let you know how they're doing. Don't forget, we'll be going back to talk to Coach Gary Munson as well as part of our post game. Jared Larson's free throw goes, and now his second one also down. His first 2 points of the night. 10 seconds to play. Merkwon comes up from the front court to the free throw line, trying to go all the way to the basket. Ball knocked away. Shot put up by Pitts, and again he's got the basket, and the buzzer will sound. Over the second leading scoring honors for the Kernels, playing at about 2.5 minutes worth of basketball. Your final score here is going to start to say, uh-oh, Mitchell is back on track, because that they are. Mike Miller with a big game tonight in 3 quarters. Scores